It's Liz Yuille from Old Stables Crafts. Thank you very much for joining me again for another Simple Stamping Saturday. And it's Simple Stamping Saturday meets Halloween or Christmas, you choose. It's the last weekend of my mini-series, but I've got a very special project to share with you today, so let's get started. It's a little different. I'm using Celebration Tidings as a bundle for my second stepped up project, but just for the stamps for everything else. And for the project I'm about to make with you, I'm using the 'Tis the Season 6x6 designer series paper. It's gorgeous. It's greens and reds and it's just fun. Small little icons, so some patterns. Not everything absolutely has to be Christmas, so another useful little set. Let me show you the one I've already made. So this is what I'm making today. It's a little package. I'm actually casing a project that's in the August-December mini catalogue, and it's on page 58, and it's this one here. So it is using the Celebration Tidings stamp set and dies. I love these dies. So this is the one I've already made, and I thought I would show you how easy it is to make it. So first thing you need obviously is a bag of goodies. So I have got some, what are they, Cadbury's Heroes little mini treats in one of our mosaic gift bags. I have measured across the top and it's about 4¼ inches closed, well, 4 inches closed, and by closed I mean with the gusset in. So I have cut a piece of designer series paper at 4½ by 3½ inches, so that there's this little bit of overhang at the end, which just seems nice. I've got a piece of Whisper White card that is 3½ by 2½, so it's got 1/2 inch border all the way round. You can score them in the middle, and I will have the measurements for that over on my website, which is linked below, but you can just fold. Oh, and while I remember, if you like seeing projects using papercraft projects of cards and gift bags and those sorts of things using Stampin' Up products, or indeed just you enjoy watching those sorts of videos, do remember to subscribe. It's in the bottom right hand corner of the screen, so it takes you about a second. So that would be fantastic. And if you want to get notifications, you need to actually hit the notification bell. So I have my pieces ready to go. I'm going to just fold this in half, just to show that it is really simple. You don't need to score it. So just fold it in half. Bone fold is a good idea, particularly if you haven't scored. I'm then going to open it back up because I want to mask off one side. So these are just 2 bits of post-it note that, as you can see, I have already used. And actually I'm going to go over the score line because otherwise the ink might catch the score line. If you've scored, I say score line, fold line. If you've scored before you fold it, you can actually put your post-it note up to the score line, because the score line will be a dent rather than being proud. And obviously, when you folded it, it's proud, so it could catch. I'm going to use the little foliage stamp, which I've got mounted up on a C block. And then I'm using shaded spruce. The colours in the paper are real red, cherry cobbler, shaded spruce and garden green. So as I say, I'm going shaded spruce this time. Well, I did last time as well. So let me just move that to a better angle for me. And I'm just going to try and fill that space as much as I can without going off, certainly at the bottom. I don't mind going off at the side, but I don't want to go off at the bottom. I mean, you can, that's just my personal choice. Actually twist that way and go up a wee bit. There we go. And then I'm going to move that one and pop it under there because I am going to go off. Just trying to get a slightly different look. Let's just go there. By turning your stamp, you can make it look as if it's not the same stamp all the time. So there we are. Pop that ready to be cleaned. Close my ink pad because that's all I need it for. Get those bits out of the way. So this, again, I want to fold in half. And this is what I mean by it's got patterns on the back you don't need to use for Christmas. So let's fold this in half as well. Now, on my original, I used a corner rounder. You don't have to. If you don't have a corner rounder, you don't have to corner round. I'm not going to corner round this one just so you can see the difference. But a corner rounder is quite a nice thing to have. Our trio punch has the corner rounder and then two little bits that this one adds a bit of what I will call frou-frou in your corner, and this you can actually use as a tag topper. So let me find a scrap. No, I don't have any scraps. Oh, yes I do. I have a scrap of one of the pieces of paper that I'm using on one of the other versions. So that's what I mean by a tag topper. It punches the little hole. So it's quite a useful punch to get because it is 3-in-1. Right, now I want to have a piece of ribbon that comes through from underneath. On all of the versions I've done on 2 of the versions I've done so far, I've had the ribbon come underneath both layers. On one, I've had it come underneath just the top layer. I'm going to do that again for this. So what you need to do is find the center of your piece of card, and all I'm going to do is just fold it like that and just pinch. So I now have that mark, and then all I'm going to do is snip just the smallest little piece away either side of that mark. So I've now got a little hole. Now you can do that on the trimmer, so do bear that in mind. I'm going to use a slightly different ribbon this time, just so that I can show you a different ribbon. So I used the sheer real red ribbon the first time. This is the satin real red ribbon, and I'm just going to take the folded end, so the middle of my ribbon, and pop it through that slit that I've just cut, and then I've got my little loop there, and then I can, let's have both of these going in the same direction. So I will cut that one that way, so we've got one going in one direction and one going in the other direction. Just make those a little more even, and then I'm going to add a little bit of adhesive here. I'm just using seal. So I'm going to have a little bit of adhesive just there so as it hopefully catches both bits of ribbon. So 1, 2, and then I've got my loop at the top. And then all I need to do is add some adhesive here and here, just so that it's got something to stick to. And then that's my topper ready to go. Bring in my little bag of goodies, and I'm going to need some adhesive to stick to the bag. So again, I'm going to add a little bit on each corner. Oh, and I've just realised I've gone over what's going to be, oops, over the edge of the bag. I know what I mean. I'll show you. I'll show you when I get it wrong. So just fold your top over and that way up so that we know that the ribbon is to the front. Just add that there, fold this over, and there is your little treat. Actually, I think I got away with it. The adhesive was a little bit too far this way, but there's your little treat. Everything's nicely stuck down. You've got somewhere to write a message if you want to, although on some of them I don't give that option. So that's my quick and simple. My quick and simple with rounded corners. And then for my stepped up versions, I've got this one which has got some heat embossing, and I've extended a punch. Now, let me show you what I mean by that. So here is my punch. I'm just going to grab a piece of the designer series paper. Let's get a piece that is as narrow as possible. That one, that's going to be almost exactly the right width. So what I'm doing is I'm measuring the width across, and then you can either go in that way or you can come in this way, and then just pull. This is a little bit too wide. Let me just grab my trimmer and trim it down a tiny weeny bit, sort of a 1/16 of an inch. And if I come in here and then pull this all the way through, you want to get to the point where the edge is lined up with the straight edge, and just punch. And that then gives you that nice finish at the end. And obviously you can do it at the other end as well. So look at your punches in a different way. I know I do say this quite regularly. Just have a look at your punches and use them in a different way. So this is the width of this. And then for the vellum, I just cut it down a little bit so it was a little narrower. So that's this one. This is using some of the Poinsettia Place designer series paper, and it's the one with the fir cone. And again, I've used the same stamp set. I just used the one with the pumpkins on, and then I've attached a piece of cord which you can then hang this up. So I've knotted it, and you can just hang it up. And then for my Avid version, I have used vellum again, but I've used the dies that come in the bundle. And I've used the Magic in This Night designer series paper, again with vellum, heat embossed, some of this lovely metallic mesh ribbon, added a bat, and I put a bat on the back purely so I've got somewhere to hide my adhesive so that the vellum is stuck flat. So there you are. Those are my 4 treat bags. That has got a glue dot under it, but for some reason it's not wanting to stick down. That's better. So those are my 4 treat bags. Quick and simple. One step up, we're using a punch, and then using the bundle instead. I hope you enjoyed that. If you did, please give it a thumbs up. Let me know which one you prefer. We've got a big choice today. So let me know which one you prefer. If you want any of the details, they will be on my website, which is linked below. If you're in the UK, I would be thrilled if you would try out my customer service. And also, if you are putting in a larger order, please use the starter kit. You get free product, and you get additional free product if you buy that kit before the end of this month, September. You get 2 free stamp sets, a pack of rhinestones, and 16 card kits ready to go, 4 of each of 4 designs. So that will be fantastic. Thank you very much indeed for watching, and I look forward to seeing you again very soon. Bye!